All right, welcome back to Hodge and Podge. Pick 'em.
Let's do it.
You ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Those results are up on the website.
It's a little weak. This
last week was bad.
Do you have time about it?
Yeah, no, it was bad.
This is my comeback week.
All right, so we had a write-in question, so we're going to pick the game, but somebody wanted to know about Virginia Tech going down to play Georgia Tech.
It's a tough pick.
Virginia Tech is favored by 1 point.
I want to see
which basically means nothing.
Right? I want to see this game. I think this will be a great game. I'm going to watch it.
Hey, this could be for like the ACC. I mean,
no, it's a big deal.
It's a big game.
Tech is so good at Georgia Tech is
Georgia
Tech is so good running the ball.
Yeah.
But I think Virginia Tech's defense is good enough to at least keep them in check.
Virginia Tech's coming off a bye.
Yeah, I'm going with Virginia Tech on this,
yeah.
and I think they're going to go on the road, and I think they're going to get it done.
I'm really picking this based on history. Virginia Tech is always in the ACC championship and pretty much always wins the ACC. I mean, they'll lose games early on, but somehow they'll find their way to the ACC championship. They'll win that, and they'll go on to a BCS
They've only
game.
Lost one game. They've only lost one game
this year. Usually they lose out of conference, but anyway,
we got to give them a little. You got to give them some credit. I mean, we lost one game.
No, they really haven't played anybody.
We lost Clemson.
I'm going with Virginia Tech, but I would like to see them lose. But I agree. I think the thing is that Virginia Tech just finds a way. Like Frank Beamer, he just finds a way.
Blocks a punt.
He finds a way to get in the ACC championship, and to do that, they have to win this game. Otherwise, I think Virginia's probably got a really good shot at getting into the championship.
I'm gonna watch this game because I'm interested to see it. I think it's gonna be a fun game.
All right, we're gonna move into the Big Ten for a second. Nebraska at 7-2 is going into Happy Valley, not so Happy Valley.
You have to pick this. You had to pick this game.
To face Penn State at 8-1.
Well,
Nebraska's favored by 3 points going in.
So who do you like?
I like Nebraska. I think Penn State. They haven't played anybody really this year. I think they played Temple, barely beat them. Penn State has not faced anybody in the Big Ten that I would consider like a big matchup.
They got beat by Alabama.
They
got beat by Alabama.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough game, and they lost it. But from a Big Ten perspective, they have not played anybody tough yet, but they will because I think they've got to play Nebraska this week, Ohio State next week, and then somebody else. Yeah,
that's gonna be a great game.
But. Yeah, so I'm going with Nebraska. I think Nebraska's going to be able to run the ball. That Burkhead, I mean, he's crazy. He's like Superman out there. I think Nebraska wins this.
Penn State's got a good defense. You know that.
They haven't played anybody. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Nebraska, too.
This is boring.
I think Nebraska. I just think I'm just totally.
Why don't you just repeat everything I said?
I'm just totally not excited about Penn State's offense.
Yeah.
They just don't really.
They're not clicking.
Right, and I think Nebraska's gonna make enough big plays to win the game.
Yeah, the defense finally got their black shirts. I think so. They must be pumped up.
That's good. So
good to go. All right, going out to the Pac-12, big matchup. Oregon at 8-1, going to Stanford.
This is another great game.
Stanford is favored by 4 points.
This is a great game.
Who are you taking?
This is another game I really want to watch.
Who are you taking? Stanford's a favorite.
They are the favorite. I mean, I think they score a lot of points. They give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that concerns me about Stanford. I'm going to go with Oregon in this matchup. I think Oregon going on the road.
Stanford's covered like 16 straight games.
Well, I don't. So what? So I think
I can't believe you just keep picking against Stanford.
I think the spread offense that I went with Stanford.
I know, I'm kidding.
But I think the defense for Stanford's going to have a tough time picking up Oregon. I'm going to go with Oregon.
So you're going with the Oregon up-tempo offense? Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. I've got Oregon as well. I just think this is... After that matchup that went on forever against USC, I just feel like Stanford's probably going to have a letdown. I know it was a couple weeks ago, but I feel like this is just a game that I think Oregon's going to be a lot more excited about. They had their tough loss against LSU, and I think what they're looking for is Pac-12 championship. So I think they're going to go in there. I think they're going to come out with a victory.
No, I agree. Next game we have Big 12, Texas A&M at Kansas State. And
Texas A&M's favored in this by 4.5.
I was a little surprised by that.
I'd say I was really surprised by that
like?
because like 2 weeks ago, Kansas State was in the top 10. And then they had to play like Oklahoma and
they lost last week. Yeah.
Well, so both of these teams have lost 2 weeks in a row. So somebody's got to get the ball rolling again.
Something's got to give.
I'm gonna go with Texas A&M on this one. I think Kansas State was overhyped. I didn't think they had really played anybody, and when they have, I know they lost barely to Oklahoma State, but I think there's going to be a letdown after that. I guess I'm going with, and so I'm going with Texas A&M to cover.
I'm going Kansas State. I think they'll do it at home. I think they've won a lot of big games. They tripped up last week, but
this was a tough one for me.
It's a tough game to pick.
If you get it right, I'll give you some credit for that.
It's a tough game to pick.
It's a good one.
It's a tough game to pick.
You want to move on to the big boys?
Let's move on to the big boys.
All right, we're going to the NFL.
Let's move on to Sunday.
Hey, AFC North, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Pittsburgh's favored by 3 going into Ohio.
I had Pittsburgh last week against Baltimore. I was really surprised they lost that game.
Cincinnati is leading the AFC North right now.
I don't want to do it, but I've got to go with Pittsburgh. I just think I don't believe in the Bengals. They got a rookie quarterback. I think this just sets up for Dick LeBeau to really put some pressure, to really confuse this guy.
Let's be honest. Cincinnati is at 6-2. They have not played Baltimore or Pittsburgh yet. So they've gone half the season without playing 2 of the best teams in the AFC who are in their division.
Right.
I agree.
You got to give them some credit, though.
No.
I mean, they're 6. You got to give them some credit.
Not so much.
Well,
if you look at their schedule, they have not really played anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, they have a rookie quarterback. They're at 6-2. You got to give them some props. I mean, come on.
I'm happy for them. They're from Ohio. It's great. But no, Pittsburgh's going to kill them. I'm
going with Pittsburgh, too.
All right, next game, Buffalo at Dallas. Dallas favored by 5.5 points. I'll go first. I'm still not sold on Buffalo, but I'm really not sold on Dallas. And with Miles Austin being out, I just don't see how they're really going to get their offense going. I think they're down to their 4th running back, and although DeMarco Murray has been really playing well. I mean, you got to be happy about that.
Right.
I just don't see how Dallas is really going to cover 5.5 points. They may end up winning the game, but I think it's going to be a squeaker. I'm going with Buffalo.
The only thing that concerns me in this is, the Jets just shut Buffalo down last week. And I think you got Rex Ryan. Does he call his brother in Dallas and say, "Here's the blueprint to shut these guys down"? But having said that, I think the Bills live off turnovers, and I think Romo turns the ball over. So I'm with you. I think Dallas may win the game, but they're not going to cover the 5.5.
All right, so we're boring already.
Well, I'm giving you what I think.
Yeah,
that's all I can do.
It's good that we don't talk
that's
about
all
it
I can
beforehand. Do. So, all right, next game we got Washington Redskins. Your Washington Redskins, our Washington Redskins at Miami. Miami's favored in this game by 3.5 points.
I'm going with Miami. I think I think Matt Moore's.
Well, they got 1 win.
Well, they got 1 win, but what do they have under? What does Washington have under Beck? No wins.
No wins.
And Shanahan keeps putting him out there. I mean, Beck is he's just not up to the job. And I think enough weapons. You got Brandon Marshall. You got Reggie Bush. I think a couple of those guys are going to make some plays. I think that's going to be the difference, and I think that Miami's going to cover it.
I'm going to go with Washington on this one. I really believe that Miami is awful.
Washington's good.
I think John Beck's finally going to get a win. I think law of averages says he's going to win a game. I think they're going to go down there. I think they're going to get this game. I think
Beck reminds me a little bit of Tebow. He's the kind of guy you want to root for. I want to root for Beck. He just goes out after Sunday and Sunday. Dashes your hope.
I personally think that the Washington Redskins defense is probably going to be what wins this game. I don't think it's really going to be Beck, but he'll get his first win.
We'll see.
Great.
We'll see.
All right, we got New Orleans and Atlanta. Big division matchup. This could be big for them. Who's going to make the playoffs? Tough game. New Orleans favored by a point going into the Dome. Who are you taking on this one?
I'm gonna go with New Orleans. I got to go with Drew Brees. He's on my fantasy team. He led me to victory. He led me to victory.
Fantasy doesn't mean anything when it comes to winning games.
I think New Orleans' defense is a little suspect. I think it's a high scoring game, but I think New Orleans outscores them because I think at the end of the day, Drew Brees has enough weapons. He's going to score enough points. This is going to be like a 40-35. That's my sense.
I've really been having trouble figuring out for New Orleans who's going to show up or which team's going to show up, and then also for Atlanta which team's going to show up. I mean, you see some games where the Atlanta comes out and they run the crap out of the ball and they win a game, and then they come out the next week and they're flat and they can't do anything. I'm gonna go with Atlanta on this. I just think that Atlanta is gonna make it to the playoffs, and I think New Orleans is probably not. I think that New Orleans defense is just a little too suspect, and Drew Brees carries them, but I don't think he's gonna carry them.
I just don't see
playoffs.
Atlanta's defense being able to stop them.
Yeah, I just
they're going to score some points.
I think
right?
Atlanta.
So you're thinking Atlanta outscores them.
I think Atlanta's defense is better than New Orleans' defense.
Yeah, but New Orleans' offense may be a little bit better. But anyway, that's why we choose. That's why we pick. Right?
That's why we pick them. All right.
That's why they play the game, right? Too.
That's it. So, if anybody's keeping track, I am beating you in the NFL, so you might want to go with my picks. Although you got me in college.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll catch you next week.
All right, thanks.